Hello guys, and welcome to my gaming setup tour video. The last time I made a video on cable management, where I basically showed you guys the process of cable managing my setup. And I thought for this video, why not give you guys a full tour of my setup? So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with my chair. This is by no means a gaming chair. It's not really that comfortable, but it is a chair. I can sit on it. It fulfills its purpose. Now you may notice that its armrests are missing, and that's because I just simply didn't attach them so that I could get all the way under my desk. This chair really isn't that comfortable. It's terrible if you're gaming for long hours, which I always do. So would I recommend it? No. But does it look okay? Yes. It sort of fulfills its purpose. You know, it's a chair. There's nothing special about it. So this is my desk, and it is a Danish brand, so I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of it. I bought it because it can also be a standing desk, which is a feature that I thought would be quite useful. However, I cannot use it because of my ceiling being so low. I have diagonal ceiling, which means I can barely get this desk any further up than it already is. So for my headset, I've got the HyperX Cloud 2. It's a very basic headset, yes I know, but it has served me well. I've been using this thing since 2018, and I've never felt a reason to change. I did think about getting a wireless one because the wire does annoy me quite a lot. I have experienced the black piece that's holding the earpiece to the base breaking due to normal use, which I don't know why, but I was able to get a replacement, which is actually fully thanks to HyperX's support, because without their support I wouldn't have been able to get a replacement from my provider where I live. So big thumbs up to HyperX for that one. The keyboard I'm currently using is the Steelseries Apex 3. I have been very satisfied with it, however I do plan on switching it out with another one that I will show you later in the video. As a budget keyboard, it is pretty good. I think it was about like $80, I believe. I actually bought this one because before I had the Razer Black Widow, which is very old, and due to it being a mechanical keyboard, it was very loud, which I didn't like, so I decided to switch it out with this one, which is a rubber dome keyboard, meaning it doesn't make as loud clicky noises as a mechanical keyboard does. However, I want to switch it out with a keyboard which has faster actuation capabilities, so I will be switching it out with this one. This is the Lollipop C405 gaming keyboard by a brand that's called NOS or NOS, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a Nordic brand, so it may not be that well known internationally. I'm very happy that it has a white base instead of the black base, because I think a huge problem of my setup is the fact that there aren't too many colors in my setup. Everything is just black. So I'm very happy to get some different colors in there. So this is my microphone. It is the HyperX Quadcast S. Before I switched over to the Quadcast, I had the Blue Yeti Blackout, but that one was getting pretty old and I decided that it was time for a change. So I did a bit of research and I landed on this microphone, and I can't lie, it is very good. But I do think it is a bit pricey still. The most important things I was looking for in my new microphone was an adjustable sensitivity slider and a tap to mute button, which this microphone has. At the bottom we have the sensitivity slider, and at the top we have the tap to mute button. My boom arm is by Trust Gaming. It isn't that great looking, and you can see I've put cable ties onto the boom arm to keep the wires sort of hidden to go along with the boom arm. As I said, it's not that great looking, but it does do its job to a satisfiable degree. However, in the future I do hope to get a boom arm that hopefully looks a bit better and has some sort of built-in cable management feature. For my mouse I have the Logitech G Pro Wireless, which I've actually had for a while now. Before I got the G Pro, I had the Corsair Scimitar, which I had for a long time before I actually decided to switch it out because I wanted a lighter mouse. And naturally I landed on the G Pro Wireless, and it has been an absolute pleasure to have. I could not imagine having another mouse, and I can't even stress how much of a game changer having a wireless mouse is compared to having a wired mouse. My mousepad is actually just a unbranded black mousepad. It's very boring. It is 40 by 90 millimeters in size, and I do actually have a new mousepad on the way, so I am very excited for that one. On the left here I have a digital clock that I also got online. It has this wooden texture on it, and it displays the time and the room temperature. And yes, I am recording this at 4, almost 5 AM, and I'm editing this at 3 AM. On top of the digital clock, I have this mini Gojo figure, which I absolutely love. I got it as a gift from a friend, and I am super happy for it. I am a huge fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, and Gojo is just a perfect addition to the setup. In the middle here we have my Google Nest Mini, which I very rarely use, but it does come in handy every now and then. For example, when I'm up late at night editing and I just need a friend, this thing is always here to talk to me. On the right here I have my Stream Deck. This is the 15 key size. Pretty sure there's a bigger one and a smaller one, so this is like in the middle. And it has been an absolute game changer, especially if you're a content creator or a streamer of some sort. This thing is so insanely useful and it can be integrated into almost everything. And that makes it so much useful for not just streaming and content creation, but everything else as well. For example, when I sit and edit my videos, I have set a bunch of buttons to different shortcuts and different actions. So that can speed up the process of editing a lot. And when you're streaming, you can set them to, for example, mute audio or switch scenes and so much more. You can even integrate it into things that are outside of your PC. So for example, lights. You can actually make your Stream Deck control your lights and stuff. So that's extremely cool and it is such a good feature for my setup. And of course I have the Pac-Man display on it. Behind my monitors I have a 1 meter long LED strip. It's a very basic LED strip and it is RGB, so it can change colors, but I have set to white. And I think this is a very key component of my setup because without it my setup would be so dark. It would be very boring and dark. So having that light emitting from behind my monitors is very cool. This is my triple monitor arm. I can't remember the brand of it, but it looks somewhat like this. There's one insane feature that annoys me and bugs the hell out of me, enough to make me want to switch it out, and that's the fact that it can't hold my monitors properly. I'm pretty sure this was made for 24-inch monitors and I have two 27-inch, so as you can see here they can't fit properly, and if I were to make them fit properly they would basically just be a straight line, so I can't have them like tilted on the sides, and basically that would cause some reflection and glare on the monitor. So that's an extremely annoying thing about the monitor arm. So the monitor on the right side is a Acer monitor. It's a 24-inch 60Hz monitor. It's not that great of a monitor, but the only reason I have it is because I had it lying around. This is the first monitor I ever had, so it has quite a bit of sentimental value. It's my first monitor ever, so I decided to just keep it around. The one thing that bugs the hell out of me is the fact that it is 24 inches and the other two are 27 inches, and I've already thought about putting it vertically. However, as I mentioned before in the video, my ceiling is diagonal, which means it doesn't fit. The monitor to my left is a Lenovo D27-30. It is a monitor that I got really cheaply at a sale. It has a 75Hz refresh rate. I didn't really put too much thought into this except the price because I just needed a secondary monitor for my left side. So yeah. This is my primary monitor that I had before I got a new one. What basically happened to this one is that it went completely white. The LCD screen just didn't work anymore, so I had to switch it out, but I kept the monitor itself because I wanted to do something fun with it. So let me know in the comments if you think I should do something cool with it, like destroy it or something. I don't know, man. So the monitor I decided to go with as a replacement for the one that broke is an Asus TUF gaming monitor. This is the 27-inch TUF or TUF gaming monitor. It has 165 Hz and a 27 Full HD IPS panel. And finally, it's time for my PC. So this PC is from 2018, I believe, and I have to be honest, it is quite ugly. And I know it's not the best thing for a PC to be on the floor, but again, as I mentioned with my ceiling, there's not enough room on my desk for it to stand there. And here are the most important specs of it. It has a GTX 1070 Ti, 16 gigs of RAM, an i7 8700 CPU with 6 cores, a 1TB HDD, and a 256 gigs SSD. On the front, it has an infinity mirror, which at the time I thought was very cool. Despite the case itself being extremely ugly, the infinity mirror just completely sold me. And then it has these quite ugly, not gonna lie, LED lights on the side, which have insane hotspots. It seems like they're really just pressed up against the glass. The annoying thing about my infinity mirror is the fact that there's one row that doesn't work. It displays a different color than the others do, which is insanely annoying. It has bugged me for years. There are some colors where the row actually lights up the same color as the other rows, but on some other colors it displays a completely different color, which is very annoying. With white lights it displays a purple color, and with yellow lights it displays a red color. So that's insanely annoying, but it is what it is. And that is pretty much much it for my PC. I know it wasn't very detailed about my specs and stuff, but I chose the ones that people generally tend to put most focus on, so I hope the answers were somewhat satisfying. And on that note, my setup tour has finally come to an end. You guys now know my setup completely in and out, from left to right. I hope you guys found it somewhat enjoyable. I have some changes coming up to my setup, so stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. The cable management video completely blew up, and I am so mind blown and thankful for that. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and I hope to see you guys around. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See you.